Oh my god. Oh, is it working? Oh my god, finally! Oh, Jesus. That was so stressful. This is what happens when you haven't streamed in ages. But okay, I'm glad it's all good. Did it make a noise? Like something happened? Or was that just me doing something? Okay, well, we're all good, and now we can finally have an actual conversation. Also, may I just say, so in my server, I said, I apologize, don't judge me for wearing a jaji, which is this thing. And then Fancy says it's a jersey, and it just hit me that jaji is just katakana for jersey. It was like one of those moments. I'm like, so that's why it's called. It's just one of those things you don't notice because you've never really thought, what does it mean in X language, if you know what I mean? But anyway, so I'm going to start the Q&A. Hello, everyone, by the way. I'm sorry I couldn't say hello to each and every one of you. I feel kind of sad that I didn't get to do that. You're already on for a while. I kept being like, Jaji. It's very like, I couldn't be asked to get dressed, so I've just put it on. Or like, you're about to do some sport or something. It's not. It's like really cold and our boiler's like acting weird. Although the radiators are on now, so I don't know. But anyway, let's go through the questions that were first posted publicly, as opposed to the marshmallows, which I think I got like 3. But anyway, looks cute. Thank you. So first one. Who's your favorite man in any Otome games? That's a very easy one. My favorite has got to be Meguru-sama from Suran Digit. It's giving Gokusen. That is so old school. I remember being in Japan when that came out. But Meguru-sama from Suran Digit. Suran Digit is this game, and if you've been around my channel for a while, you'll know exactly which game I'm talking about because it comes up in a lot of lists. It's a game about this school, and it's all about these families of different numbers, and whenever they come together and when it's a perfect time, this gate opens up and they go in and then they battle it out, and by the end of the period, whoever's like beat the most or lost or whatever, it's all decided, and then that kind of ranking determines how well off or how important you are in society, that like within that ring. And it's all about that. Meguru-sama is this really horrible bully character, and he's like really awful right from the start. Like his first CG is literally him grabbing the main character's head, shoving it down on the desk. It's so awful. But he's my favorite, and no other love interest has managed to beat him yet. But yeah, so that is my favorite Otome love interest. That was by Lyrical Bet. Next up is by Bunny Kitty. I think, yeah. So what are your thoughts on Temirana and Moeyo? So there are 2 games that Axis announced, which is Moeyo Otome Daoshi, and it's like kind of a, what do you call it, fighting, like martial arts Otome. And Temirana is that Idea Factory? I can't remember. But it's about a very lucky princess and very unlucky knights, and how I don't actually know the storyline or anything because I haven't played either of these, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of surprised that Moe yo Otome Daoshi is announced for localization because I have heard it's extremely short. It hasn't got a massive fan base. It's very much like, I don't know. I am probably not going to buy it myself. If I get a free key provided, yay, but otherwise I probably won't because it just isn't really my cup of tea. It seems very like happy-go-lucky fighting. I don't know. Temirana, however, I am kind of curious about. I think they're both supposed to be like comedy games though. No viz on upper right. Yes, Temirana is iffy. It's just like, you seem to like bullies. Oh my god. You're not wrong. So I'm kind of like, yeah, I don't know. I'm like, do I? Temirana, I think I have heard from other people that Otome Daoshi is probably not worth the full price. So wait for a sale. As for Temirana, I haven't heard anything good or bad. Like I've heard like, oh yeah, it was fun. And that's it, if you know what I mean. I like the art of Temirana. It's very like simple and sleek. It's nice to have something by someone who is not either is it Yuya? Usuba Kagero? Yomi? Yeah, primarily Yuya art is a little bit like we've had a lot of that, so it's getting a bit same face syndrome going on. Temirana has a Makoto voice character, so that kind of excites me. Yeah, voice actors are a way of picking Otome games, definitely, for sure. Okay, so this person, Melody, asked a couple, which is, if you had to pick just one Otome game to play for the rest of your life, which one would you pick? Probably Tokimeki Memoriaru. I don't know whether I'd go for 1, 2, 3, or 4. I feel like I'd go for like maybe... It's hard because if you're playing it for the rest of your life, it needs to be like a good difficulty and have great replayability, right? Because there's no way I'm reading the same visual novel over and over and over again. Like, I'd be so bored. I can't even read a visual novel for the second time without getting bored, so... It's very, very long, so I don't think it will be a pleasant experience for those who don't like slow burn. Oh, have you played Temirana Fancy? I'm most looking forward to Hakoki Sweet School Live. Anyone else? Oh, I'm looking forward to it, but also I've only played, I think, 3 routes and only Kyoto wins, so I really need to start playing Hakoki and play the Edo Blossom stuff, at least for the 6 main characters. Hi Roxy, welcome. I hope I'm not too late. No, you're not. I literally just, I started 15 minutes ago, but then there was a problem with the mic, so I pretty much started like maybe 2 or 3 minutes ago. Reading the same one over and over would be a little torturous eventually, so Tokimeko 2 is a really good pick, I think. Yeah, because I was thinking, like, I've heard Tokimeki Memorial 1 is really difficult. 3 is a bit easy, and then 4 is really easy. So I'm like, what's 2 like then? Because I feel like 1 will be too stressful, but then maybe if it's your whole life, you'll have like aced it and be really good at it. I see, I do like such games. I like Utakata too. Nope, I'm waiting for 2026, but that's the views I've seen from those who played. Oh, right, okay, that makes sense. That's interesting. I did not expect it to be slow burn. It looks just like kind of one of those happy-go-lucky, oh, that's hilarious kind of Otome games. I'm currently playing Hakoki. I just started Harada's route. Oh, Harada is the one that I've actually played the Kyoto wins part of. I can see why you picked him. He's quite cute. I think my favorite is definitely Kazama though, because I love Ore-sama characters. So that's why he naturally ends up auto becoming a favorite. But yeah, so which male character do you hate the most in Otome games? Which male character do I hate them? Any character that does not. I think the one that hate is a strong word. I'm trying to think. Was there a character that I really couldn't stand? There are main characters that I could not stand. Okay, one character that I don't hate. He just really wasn't my type, and he was like the poster boy almost, so it kind of ruined the game in some ways. And that's I call him Mushroom Boy from Psychedelica of the Black Butterfly. He's just really not my type, and I just like, I don't like the way he looks because of the whole mushroom thing. I'm really sorry if he's your favorite character, but he just isn't my type, and I found him a bit boring as well. So I don't hate him, I just found him a bit boring. Another character I've also found boring is from Sudan Digit, and he's the very quiet character. He's got silver hair. I think he's from the family of 6? I can't remember, but he was also very boring. Hate is a strong word. I'm trying to think. Was it? I don't think there's any that I got really annoyed by. Usually it's the situation I'm annoyed by, not the actual character. Hi, Happiness, welcome. I'm currently playing Termina. Termina looks so boilerplate, but then again, I do like night. What's boilerplate? I just wish their designs were less boring. It is very, like, simple, isn't it? Give me anime vibes? Yeah, no, definitely. The art is very anime more than Otome. At least that's the vibe I get. Okay, let's see. What else is that? Which Otome man is your type? Okay, so I've got an Otome game type and an in real type. And I'd say Otome type would be like a character like Grimjaw from Bleach, where they lock onto the main character, their face goes wild, and then they're like, I don't care what she wants, she's gonna be mine. Like, that's the kind of character I really love in Otome games, and we never get them. And another one is the slightly dumb Ore-sama, where he's kind of either mean or like being all high and mighty, and he likes the main character but doesn't realize that he likes her, and he's like, why do I keep on bothering this girl? I don't understand. And then like someone else has to point out, like, don't you realize that you like her? And he's like, me liking her? No way. Like, that kind of character. I think those are the ones that get the most reaction out of me. Now, my in real type is like the big puppy, kind of looks strong but is really caring and has birds flying on him because he's so lovely, and he just wants to do anything possible for the main character, but like not in an annoying, clingy way. You don't get that as often. Normally it comes with a delinquent trope in Otome games, but when that appears, I'm also quite happy. But it's not my Otome type. Because like in Otome, because it's fictional, I want it to be like crazy so that the plot is also crazy. Boilerplate means uncreative and predictable. Yeah, Grimjaw is so anti-Otome. I would love a character like Grimjaw. There was, in Dance with Devils, there is Meiji, and he's a bit like that, and he's like a man's man as well. And you've got, I guess, Kazama from Hakuoki is very much like, I don't care, you're my wife. You can't say no. It almost feels that way, at least in the Kyoto Winds portion. I don't know what he's going to be like in Edo Blossoms, but Cinnamon Roll. Think cinnamon roll, but like big. Oh my god, a big guy wearing an apron. Oh my heart. So it's the gap, you know, like that kind of looks a bit scary or big or clunky, but then is doing something really cutesy and adorable. Oh my heart, I can't deal with it. Yandere all the way. I love mentally unstable ones. Now, I do love a good yandere. You know what? Another one is the Haraguro character I was talking about like a week ago, maybe, where the ones where they're like, they seem princely and lovely on the surface, but to the main character, he shows his true self, the awful asshole side. Like, that is cool too. But I really like yanderes. Not necessarily because of the character maybe, but I like yanderes a lot because of the story, like the whole, oh my god, it's a bit like horror almost, you know, it's so juicy, it's drama, like, okay, I just like trash and drama basically. Oh my god, like Homura has great designs. I'm excited for Homura literally for that. I can't remember if Grinjaw is as stupid as Mage. Mage was pretty dopey. Grimjaw was just like very animalistic, wasn't he? I like Kudere and Tsundere mostly, kind of put together like Dante, Alan Melville. Oh yeah, Dante. One of my favorite Otome friends is obsessed with Dante, so he's got a really pretty face, I must admit. Cute, Gappumoe, right? I'm not into Homura design, but I am also not into historical Otome, so I will be skipping that. That's fair enough, Fancy. I just love extremely possessive men. I get that. Yeah, one of my favorite manhwa at the moment is a Haraguro character. They create such fun dynamics and bring out the sass of the main character. Yes, and it's also like that kind of, the only you know that side. It's like that kind of situation that is exciting. Yes, the psychological horror of yandere is so much fun. I love it. I just love it. I wish there were more of them. And I wish there were more where they really hide it well. Because in Otome, quite a lot of the time, I pick up on signs, and then by the time it's revealed, I kind of already know that they're like, I'm like, well, duh. I catch on quite quickly. It's when a character is so, like, not yandere, like, you know, comes across as Genki or some other trope, and then suddenly they turn that and it's like, that's when it's a bit exciting, but it needs to be done well as well. I hated tsundere in anime, but I've enjoyed them in Otome. Also, I guess it's like a difference between female tsundere and man tsundere. Oh, me too, literally obsessed with Dante, he's so cute. Hey guys, hi Mora, welcome! Okay, right, next one. What is your opinion about the future of Otome games in the next 10 years? So some people have been saying, because the rate at which Otome is being localized in English have been slow, that it's like, oh my god, maybe it's the decline in the Otome genre. I don't actually know, because I've discovered that there's been a lot of localizations. Sometimes it may even like be machine translations, so not particularly great, but there's been things like Hanakare being localized. There's been things like Arcana Familia, Arcana Familia, I'm just gonna go with the Japanese name, that was localized, although I've heard that's kind of MTL, so a bit mid. There was that indie looking game, I can't remember the name of, that was also localized. I feel like more localizations have been happening from non-massive, like not, you know, like there are two main ones, like you think of Axis or Idea Factory. I feel like there have been more from places that are not those main two. So I'm kind of like, I wonder if that means there'll be more and more localizations just from smaller places. As for Japan, I can't tell whether it's on a decline or not. I know that Otome industry was a lot more booming, like, you know, a couple of decades ago. But yeah, it's hard to say. I don't know the history enough, I think, or I'm not very good at predicting trends, so that's interesting. I enjoyed tsundere in anime, but Otome I've come to not look forward to it. Only one I like in games is I love Yona from Tengoku Struggle. He's so cute. Has it been slow? It feels like there's a lot. I feel like, I don't know. I think a lot of people have been like a bit disappointed by the fact that there's only been Otome Daoshi announced, like by Axis. Like that's all that we've got. announced for the future. And I think a lot of people are incredibly disappointed by that. And that in turn has affected their opinion a little bit. Hi Disu, welcome! Smaller companies. Yes, that's true. My top faves are Zafora, Ryuki, and Riku. Riku is another one where his face goes... I think what I liked about Riku's tsunness was that it was like when he blushes, he almost looked like he's gonna wet his pants or something. I like it. This makes me sound so bad. But I do like it when an Otome game love interest has a sprite that looks like they're about to wet their pants. I don't know if that makes sense. Red from Taisho Arisu also has a sprite like that. Yusuke from Brothers Conflict has a sprite like that. And Riku from Olympia Soiree has a sprite like that. And all those three, whenever that sprite pops up, I'm like, yes! Oh my god, it doesn't really affect me since I'm the type that buys games constantly and force myself to finish what I do have first. Yeah, that's fair. Oh yes, and in the extra interviews are freaking out so wow, TMI. Oh my god. Learn something new about Peach. You know what I mean though, where they look like they, like, I don't know, they're freaking out, like, really badly. I think it's like the teeny bit of sadist in me, like, kind of crawls out. Okay, so those are the questions. I've got one more public. Oh, I say one more, a whole bunch, by Roxy. What are some tropes in Otome or just video games in general that you just can't get behind and give you ick and will make you stop playing? So recently I've discovered that there is a trope that I seem to really struggle with no matter what the media, and it's the replacement trope. It's that like fear. Okay, so let's say the main character's there and then another girl appears and then replaces the main character somehow. Like that kind of situation, honestly, like I don't know why, but it really bothers me. If it just happens, then whatever, I'm okay. But if I have to see the process of it getting to that point, I can't deal with it. Like I have to push through it. Another is probably the, oh yeah, when the love interest is pining over another girl, like I've experienced one route like that and it was not fun. The entire route, you're like, I hate this love interest. Oh, that's a love interest that would have been a good one to mention. I'm not going to mention him because it will be spoilers, but there's a game in which there's this love interest and he is, get this, in love with his older sister throughout the whole route pretty much. And the main character knows this, but she keeps on persisting. She keeps on trying to get with this guy. And you're like, just please stop. You're embarrassing yourself. But she keeps on doing it. And for some reason, at the end, he ends up liking her back. So it was all fine. But like, I hate it. I really hate it. I just don't like the main character looking miserable for reasons like that. I don't mind if it's someone like Ceresu, where she's got an awful life and there's nothing she can do about it. She's just thrown in this position and she's just, all she can do is be sad. Like, I get that. But there are the main characters where they put themselves in that position and then like whine about it. I'm just like, I can't deal with this. I really can't. Going on limbs of Dialogue Crimson Flower. So many MLs never change expressions, so I get it. It's true, they always are like, they either like that, they have their hand like this and they're like... Oh, my favourite though is the Olympia Soiree Akaza one where he looks like he's fist punching, like... I wonder how Mistonia will be. The art grew on me. It's so sparkly. I am currently playing Mistonia, actually. I'm still in the common route. It's quite, I think it would be more fun to play it in English, if I'm to be completely honest. I'm playing it in Japanese, but, like, I just think playing it in English. It's one of those games where if I had the option to play it in Japanese or English, I would probably pick to play it in English, but I've got the Japanese copy, so there we go. I'm so looking forward to Mistonia 2. Revenge plot seems interesting. I'm into Lucas based on the trailer. Is Lucas the one that's got a hood? Because he's the one I'm most interested in. Like, if you know the original person before they get replaced, it's an ick. Yeah, like if the main character is the original person and then someone comes along and replaces her, like by copying the way she looks, or I don't know, whatever. Or it could be like you've got the main girl and she's doing really well and then someone else comes along and then like it just makes me feel ick. Maybe this is why we get Otome, where Eli always say, I never felt that way about anyone before. Like, really, in 24 years of your life, the maidens cannot handle another person before them. I don't mind as long as the character isn't pining over. Like, I just... Personally, if I'm into a guy and they're clearly still in love with someone else, I'm just gonna walk away. I'm like, sorry, but there are plenty of fish out there. It doesn't need to be you. Goodbye. Like, that's how I am. I know that's not how it works in an Otome game because you're limited. I just can't deal with it. Though I'm still in being salty over SWD killing the rest of their games as of Tuesday. Wait, what? SW... Oh, shall we date? Imagine finding out your crush is in love with their sister and still pursuing that. This is what I mean. And she knows, like, right from the start. It's just... I think I actually made a video on this. It's the one and only proper spoiler video that I've made. But I'm not gonna say what it is because I've just spoiled one character there. Yeah, I can tell you in my Discord if you're very curious. Your sprite was too accurate. Oh, how are you finding it? Oh, the Mistonia? So far, it's building the lore, so I can't really comment yet. Because it looks like he's gonna punch your face in the episode. I hate the joke of having flings or someone being before hearing instant dislike. Yeah, it just feels a bit awkward. This caught my eye. Who are we talking about? Lucas is a pervert. It's whatever root Luli was just talking about. Purple emo boy Lucas, he's also the one I love it how we're all interested in Lucas. I kind of get it though. He looks the most dangerous. Like, his plot's going to be dramatic and exciting. If it's currently ML in love with someone else, yeah, that's a kill. I hate it. I just could not. I'm like, one of these other guys are gonna like me immediately, so bye. There's not a competition bone in me, but me neither. It's just I am no one's second place. I'm sorry, but I need to always be number one no matter what. But I do the trope. It's a bit hypocritical of me because I do love it when there's a love interest that's still into the main character, and like there's this bittersweet yearning because she's like dating someone else, and it's even better when the main character still kind of has feelings for them, and that's the love interest, not the guy she's with. That dynamic, there's just something, I guess it's like the sort of triangle relationship thing again. Same, I give up so quick. Lucas looks like he's on the run and hasn't bathed in half a year. Oh no, you're gonna put me off of Lucas. Yandere Luli, oh my god, that is like, if I had a trope, that would be me. The Yandere character. It's okay, you're in my prison now. I'm currently screenshotting my favorite Alita outfit since I can't bring myself to heartbreak and read their stories, and we'll just find them on YouTube since it sucks when mobile, like, kind of they stop, right? Like, stop updating and stuff, right? Because especially if you've been playing that for so many years as well. It's better the other way around, yeah. For some reason, it's hypocritical, but it really is. When side characters keep disapproving of your relationship. Thankfully, I didn't like Zen or Icky that much. It's the, what you call it? The bullying. Not the love interest bullying the main character, but the girls who like the love interest bullying the main character, that is really annoying. Nearly has experience with cages too because of that. Oh my god. Yes, I do. And I feel bad for like the birds. I mean, they've got they've got a really good cage. So, you know, of all birds out there, they've got it pretty nice, to be honest. But I do kind of, I mean, they like being in the cage as well because they like kind of going in and out. So it's not like they don't like their cage, but it does look a bit sad, if you know what I mean. Like, if I didn't have to think about, you know, bird poop and stuff, Chappie would always be around. I'll probably make a post of my happy memories on X, maybe like this, the company is the reason I'm in this community. Aww. To be honest, it's very mature not to like that trope of being second place. If he doesn't want you, screw him. That's the thing. No, I'm not the type to settle. I've always said I'd rather be single than be with someone just for the sake of being with them. She likes the feeling of being depended on. That's why she likes Ian. I mean, I see where you're coming from. Yeah, because yeah, the character must need you if, you know, you're trapped and stuff. Oh no, I see what you mean now. The person becomes dependent on you if they're stuck in the cage. Chappie. The angst of being second place is there, but I hate self-inserting and really sad stuff. Yeah, I don't think I've ever self-inserted in an Otome game. I just simply don't know how to. Yandere Luli talking about her captives in cages. They like being in there. Oh my god. I can so imagine myself saying that. Right, what's the next question? What are some Otome games that others dislike, but you absolutely love, and vice versa? Okay, so Otome, I can think of an Otome game that I did not like, even though it's like one of the most popular, and to be honest, I've got a couple. You've got, everyone's gonna hate me for saying this, but I did not find Code Realize all that enjoyable. I don't know. I would be lying if I said I didn't drag myself through the whole thing just so that I could write a review. Like, if I wasn't a completionist, I probably would have played Impy Route and then moved on, which is bad because, like, I know it's one of the most popular games out there. It's like the Holy Trinity almost, but yeah, it just wasn't for me. I don't know. I just didn't really... I really wish I could understand why it's so popular. I really wish I could fangirl over the characters with all the other people who are massive fans of it, but it just didn't hit, and I guess it is what it is. Another one like that is Buster Fellows. Again, I objectively speaking, I understand, right, why it's good, but I did not... It's another game that I played so that I could write a review, really. Yeah, it's funny because my second most favorite love interest is from Buster Fellows, Helvetica, and yet I guess it was just too manly, maybe. Like, I think Tota is too manly and I can't relate. Maybe that's what it is. I am unfortunately not a career-driven type of girl, otherwise I would be working really hard in a corporate job right now, as opposed to doing the wifey thing. So I guess I just don't relate, and maybe that's why. I mean, I say that. I really like Cardia. Cardia from Code Realize is like one of my favorite main characters, so I don't know. I don't know what determines whether I like a game or not. Like, I wrote several paragraphs in Molly's ranting section on Discord because I'm so mad and sad about them terminating them. Aww. Yes, me too. I like characters, but I never imagined being there. They are wonderful stories and I like reading them. All good things must come to an end, Mora. Aww. But yeah, I think that's how I see it. I read it like I read a book. I can't do Code Realize because steampunk makes me cringe. Why does it make you cringe, Annabelle? I just binged all of Code Realize and I did like it, but everyone has their opinion. Honestly, like the Taisho Arisu, I really wanted to like Taisho Arisu. It's just, I think it wasn't the game's fault. It was everyone around me telling me how dark it is that ruined it for me. Because when everyone told me it's dark, I was expecting like really dark. And Taisho Aris to me felt quite bubbly compared to my thoughts of very dark. So I think if I had gone in without anyone telling me that I'm gonna like it because it's dark and la la la, then who knows, I may have liked it. But because I was told that, it just... But I do like Red. Red was the most adorable character from Taisho Aris. Wait, I'm so curious. What about steampunk you find good? And Beezer is not good, but the others I like their roots. I think I liked... the thing with Code Realize is some of the roots I liked them because of the side characters. Like, the side characters brought more emotions out of me than the actual what's going on between Cardi and the love interest. It's really weird. I don't know. It's kind of funny one of your favors in a game you don't really like the Otome gods are tricking you to force you play. Really, it's like, why is one of my less favorite games the one with my favorite love interest in it? Like, I don't know. I think the pattern is, if there's a character that I really don't want to like and then end up liking them, they probably end up becoming one of my favorite love interests, because Meguru-sama and Helvetica are both in that category. I saw them and I thought, oh, I really don't want to like this character. They're so god-awful. Please don't let me like the character. And then I end up liking them. And then, I don't know. I think that's very key. Okay, Realize is a little too vanilla for me. Like, I definitely like spicier things. That's another thing. I do like sort of the more physically intimate scenes. How she quickly adapts situations. Yes, she learns. I love her as a main character. It's just not my aesthetic, like how some people don't like fantasy medieval. Oh, I see. Impy was my fave. Oh, I find Code Realize okay. I like Victor a lot because he's just a perfect shoujo romance with green flag. Yeah, Victor Frankenstein. Oh my god, he ended up becoming my Oshi of the game, actually. Sorry, I still don't understand Helvetica, like. Oh, it's the way it ended, I think. It was the bonus story. That was the final nail. Oh, yeah, I'm not gonna say anything because that's spoiler territory, but that's all I'm gonna say. You have to play his route and do his bonus story. Oh, I see, my favorite's Victor. Victor's my Oshinka. We've got a lot of people who like Victor here. I don't blame you. He's the most... I normally am not that huge on cinnamon roll characters. Like, I just find them a bit... They're all right, if you know what I mean. But yeah, in Code Realize, he ended up becoming my favorite. Speaking of fantasy, any progress on finding a YA non-romance kingdom book? Oh my god, Annabelle. I found one. Oh, I can't remember. I'll put it on Discord after this stream. But I found one in the library. Literally, my partner and I, we went to the library and I was like, right, you have to find me a book that's young adult. It's based in like an older setting. Like, let's think kind of 16th century to absolute max 18th century. Female main character. Just a little bit of romance maybe. And it has to be published within the last 5 years. And he's like, right, okay. And so we went to the library. And then he was going through books and he was like, this is one. And I would go through it and I'm like, nope. A little circuit going on. And we came across two. I brought one back and read it, and to start with, it begins in the modern world, and I think they sometimes come back, so unfortunately that's also a no-go, and I have been left with one, which I think potentially may be similar to my book. Well, enough that I could put it as a comparison title, so looks like I'm gonna have to go to somewhere else. Code resides on my list, but when I see screenshot UI, it looks so bad. Canity, I think you'd like Code Realized. You like Cafe Enchanté. And they kind of have similar vibes. Probably why I wasn't that fond of either. I think it's the long common route. That doesn't help. I liked all of them, but MP stole my heart. Vampire was cherry on top, even though I thought he would be. Oh, I'm Luli, me too. He's my game Oshtu. But I'm glad I read it. Like, it's such a staple to my community, though. I didn't really have a favorite because I was so meh, but picked MP if I had to pick someone. Though I can't remember most endings in Masavello's besides Mozu. I'm trying to think. I don't remember Mozu's bad ending. I remember one of Helvetica's bad ending because it was quite unique. It's not that I liked it. It was just very unique. So I remember one. I think I remember Limbo's because I was so like, oh, is that it type of thing. I'm really sorry to Limbo fans. I think his bad ending just had no impact on me whatsoever, and that left an impression. So I remember one of Limbo's bad endings and one of Helvetica's bad endings. Good endings I tend not to remember. I just assume they live happily ever after, if you know what I mean. And yeah, that's it. But Mozu's route, don't get me wrong, Mozu's route in Busterfellows was so good. I binged his route. It was the one route I literally like devoured. All the other routes I just didn't really care for. Like, they were okay. Seriously, Mia Jeff Victor was the only exception. I just don't know, but I love Victor. Watching your video where they revealed Homura made me fall in love. Unfortunately, you sold me. Tick had a type of bad end with a trope Luli likes. The way I don't even remember this bad end that has the trope I like. I couldn't control my laughter. I need to play Busterfellows, not sure when. It's very... Whenever a guy comes to me and asks me what Otome game I would recommend to them, I always go for either Busterfellows, Code Realize, maybe Seven Scarlet, and then Hakuoki. Those are the four that I tend to go for, but especially... Oh, and Jack Jan. But it's especially Busterfellows. I feel like that's a game that men would like. Is the Switch 2 worth to get right now? I have not got a Switch 2, so I couldn't say. If anyone here has a Switch 2, feel free to give your input. I just don't have the funds right now. And also, if I were to buy a Switch 2, I personally would rather buy a Steam Deck. Because a lot of the games that I'm like, oh my god, so Switch 2 can run, I could just get a Steam Deck and play it on that. As well as all the other games I don't play because it's on my PC. So that's how I feel, but who knows, in the future, if there's a Switch 2 game that can only be played on Switch 2, that's when I may potentially buy a Switch if I have the funds at the time. I've also seen guys who play Jack Jan. Yeah, Jack Jan is, you know, it supersedes gender, doesn't it? Mozu's route was on a Collar Malice type of bit. It was. Mozu's route in Busterfellows was like Collar Malice. I could not stop reading it. Why can't we have more like that? Like, that's, you know, don't get me wrong, there's some Otome that I binge because things are juicy. Like, there are some voltage, trashy games that I can get through so quickly. But it's not the kind of same way as Collar Malice or Mozu. Like, that kind of thrill, you know? What about Collar Malice? Yeah, it's Collar Malice. And I'd say Amnesia is another that could appeal to guys. Yeah, I sort of see that. Because I sometimes get... it makes me laugh because, like, I don't know why, but it's like... I feel like there are a lot of men out there who don't want to admit that they're playing Otome games, right? And they're like, it's not like I like the guys or anything, you know, I just like the story. And you're like, yeah, okay, it's okay. You don't need to keep on telling me that you don't care for the guys or the romance. That's fine. It makes me laugh though, because it's like, I don't know. I don't really get it. And also, like, the thing is, you get to see this absolutely gorgeous main character. Like, let's face it, in all Otome games, especially the recent ones, the main character is so pretty. So why, like, if you're a guy and you're not into men and you play Otome games, you could still enjoy them by looking at the pretty main character. That's how I see it anyway. My hair's doing, feel free to tell me. Yeah, tell me too, Fancy. Put it on the mod chat. I mean, tell me it is so you can put it in the mod chat. I don't remember it. I love Mozu's route to his bad ending traumatized me a bit, but I still liked it after. I love it how I don't remember any of these Busterfellow endings. All my male classmates were more into MM than the rest of us. I'm a slow reader in general because I tend to get sleepy, not from boredom, but I just get very relaxed. Otome are the same for me, so they tend to take me a long time. You get to... I kind of get that, yeah. Reading is a sleepy activity. Amnesia feels very written by men in my own... Hey, Snacky, welcome! Yeah, I think... Amnesia's a really weird one. It kind of forces you to self-insert, which I literally said in the most recent video I uploaded, but it's good both boys and girls, and they usually are chill about all this stuff. Tokimeki Memorial, the guy's side may be attractive for the guys. Yeah, that's another one, Tokimeki Memorial. I mean, there's the girl, like the original Tokimeki Memorial, which has female love interests, which, to be honest, I kind of want to play that too. I haven't looked into it. Imagine recommending Diabolic Lovers to a guy. They would be traumatized. I know a game that you'd really enjoy. It's called Diabolic Lovers. I think Busterfellows didn't really work for me in Lumio, though he liked Limbo a lot. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird because Busterfellows is so popular, but I just don't really personally see it. But he might be an acquired taste. We should start doing summoning circles to manifest the Tokimeki localization. Oh my god, I wish so bad. I don't care whether it's 1, 2, 3, or 4. I just want one of them localized, like, so that I can talk to... Honestly, it could get localized and I would be like on that channel talking about it non-stop in my server. I'd be like, so is anyone playing this game right now? Because I'm up for it. Like, it is so much fun. I love it. I think the question also asked me, was there an Otome game that I really like that everyone doesn't? I'm trying to think. Let me think. This is where I lean over to have a look at my shelf of games. I feel like Dance with Devils isn't that popular. Like, if you look at Amazon reviews, if I remember correctly, people are a bit like, meh. But it has a special place because it's the very first game I actually played the bad endings. Up to that point, I was traumatized by Hakuoki because I didn't realize bad endings were a thing in Otome. I thought it was just all fluffy and happy, and then that happened. So I had like almost this phobia of bad endings. But I got Dance with Devils, I played it, and I was like, you know what, Luli? You've got nothing to be scared of. This is fiction. And then I read the, you know, all the bad endings, which... Dance with Devils, it gets pretty rough. And that's when my love for bad endings awakened. And now I am a bad ending lover. The worse the ending, the better it is. I do have the game, just not there yet. Busterfellows requires a lot of brain cells. A lot of brain cells. I can put it on the mug line. It is a bit stuffy. Yeah, Busterfellows is in my backlog for a while now. It's just too action-packed, I think. I don't know. I really wish I could like it. Based on the last 5 games you played, which one would you want to be transported into? Oh, this is hard. Okay, what games have I played? I'm currently playing Mistonia. Matsurika no Ke? Probably not. Seven Scarlet? I don't know. It depends, right? I want to go to Honey Vibes, a lovely tropical island where everyone's got ears and tails that you're not supposed to poke at because you don't know them well enough. I'm going to go with Honey Vibes. I would love a nice tropical... You know, it's really annoying. My parents right now are having a lovely time in Saudi Arabia because my step brother works there, and it's all nice and warm and sunny. Meanwhile, I have to look after their chickens. And do you know how rainy it is here right now? It's like storms left, right, and center. I go there and I'm like half being blown away while I'm cleaning chicken poop. Oh my God. But I keep on telling myself, they fed me and they paid for everything as I grew up to the age of 18. So, you know, they've already done a lot for me. I cannot complain. Cut to you playing Verse, the bad ending compilation. Also, let me give you a sad look, Lulu, because I still want to see your reaction to the true route. I'm on the character I like most, the boss. I'm on his route right now. But I moved on to Mistonia. But once I do a couple of routes from Mistonia, I shall go back to 7 Scarlet. Maybe. I'm kicking my feet at Dance with Devil since the anime was my favorite for a while. But then again, I don't have strong opinions on anime stuff. I need to watch the anime. But I think I watched a little bit of the anime, and the fact that they all break into dance got me like laughing so hard. Yuria is a big favorite of mine. His character's route was good in the game. I really liked Urie. I think my favorite character ended up being Mage because he's like such a himbo ore-sama, but Urie was... He was good. Whose Hakoki bad ending traumatized you? I'm curious now. So it was Okita's bad ending in Kyoto Winds. So I didn't even play Edo Blossoms. It was Kyoto Winds. Bearing in mind, at this point, I thought all Otome games were like Tokimeki Memorial, where everyone is all happy and they just go to high school together and then they're like, yay! And then they might kiss and like hold hands. Oh, cute. And you know, I know this was historical fiction, but I was also like, I'm sure they just kind of fall in love and they're all happy. And then all that happened. And I don't think I felt so like, I was gloomy for like, I'm pretty sure 2 or 3 days because you know, when you really haven't got your, like, you weren't expecting, I didn't know if I cried. It was like one of those, you know, when a bruise hits really hard and it's like not too hard, but it's not too weak. So like you think I get hit hard because it's hurt, but like it doesn't cause that big blooming of blood, so to speak. It was like that where it really hit so much that it kind of was like internal bleeding. You can't see it. And for like 2 or 3 days, I was just in a state of, I don't know how I felt. It just was not, it was not pleasant. And you can't tell which is the good and which is the bad ending. Oh my God. There are still fan translations of the Tokimeku Memoriados. That's true. I remember playing the first one on stream at one point. It was quite fun. Honey vibes. I wish they would localize it. Such a good game. So, I mean, maybe not good in terms of plot, but wow, they really nailed the moe factor. And I wish for this game, I wish the artist was Yuya because they would have done such a good job with all those like sexy scenes. Like they would have aced them, but... Let me poke the cat ears. Oh my God, Irisu. I love the Dance with Devil anime too. Too bad it's Regit. Yeah. Cat boys or vampires? I can't choose. Ugh. They both have their like... I think with the like the cat boys, it's like, oh, you can't touch their tail or whatever because it's sensitive or something. Like that's kind of fun. It makes me want to... And then the vampire, it's like the desperate for blood feeling. It's like those two things. There's just something about them. I wish they did season 2. Mage is my close second favorite. Oh, I had a feeling it was Okita. Yeah, Tsuchi would be good. I only want to be in the Otome world if I'm the heroine. For the romance and possible plot armor. Yeah, I know what you mean. But do you ever play like a story-driven game and the character survives in so many different scenarios and you're kind of like, you know, sometimes it's like you survive because you died once and then you loaded a save. When I think of that, and I always think if I was in that situation, in order to survive, I would have to somehow do all of this without dying a single time. And like the thought of that really is like, oh my god, what are the chances? Like, I don't know. Hakuoki causes internal bleeding. Got it. This game caused me emotional internal bleeding. There's a quote. Oh god. Like it was right there, guys. Like it's the only reverse harem. She picked someone. I'm a Lindo girly and Shiki as the side piece. Which one's Shiki? Oh, sorry. You're with Dance with Devils. You like Lindo and Shiki. Oh, Shiki, bless him. He's so cute. He was so messed up in that. Honey Vibes just looks so unique and silly. I love that. I know, there are so few Otome games where you just like, it's just mindless fun. I will be making a Honey Vibes review at some point because I think I've just got the truth route left. And then I'm like, I actually finished the game, which is, you know, this rarely happens. I usually chip at each game a little by little, like I'll, you know, nibble on this one and nibble on. So when I actually finish a game, it's like, oh wow, it took several months, but I finally got there. Psychedelic of the Black Butterfly has a few traumatizing endings. I don't remember any of them. I don't understand why. I think it's because it's been so many years. I think I played Black Butterfly in 2020 maybe, or 2021. Oh my god, looking forward to that review. Yeah, I've got a couple of reviews I've got to do actually. Next one, based on the I know you've dabbled in sharing books that you've been reading. Are there any that you are currently enjoying? So recently I finished reading Strange Houses. That was quite interesting. I think I prefer Strange Pictures, but Strange Houses also did give me kind of the creeps, which I love when a book does that. For those who don't know, it's a book about basically two obscure houses with a kind of floor plan that's a little bit weird, and that kind of turns into a story of the, you know, family who lived there and what they were doing and all of this. And it's the very last page that I think was the best page. Before that, I was reading The Strange Companions, yeah, which is a historical fiction in Victorian times, and it's about this main character, a widow who's pregnant, goes to live in one of the big manor houses that her husband left her, and she hears strange noises and it's really eerie, and yeah, you slowly learn bits and pieces. And again, it was the last page that was good. I love it when a book kind of finishes and it makes you, like, it leaves you feeling a bit like almost in a haze because you're like, oh my god, like that sort of thing. It had that sort of ending where I felt conflicted, and I love it when a book does that. And before that, what was I reading? I can't remember if it was book 2 of the Some I Turn Pretty trilogy. They've been really easy, fun reads. And I like that whole coming of age thing where the main character, you know, you relate because you were a teenager once, and she doesn't write it in a really cringy way. Like, you know how sometimes you read something and you're like, oh, this is too cringy, I can't deal with it. It's not like that. So I'm enjoying it. Oh, Corrupt by Penelope Douglas is another one I was reading. That was dark, but not dark enough. It just felt like I was reading a thriller version of a spicy romance. So I wasn't really like that impressed by it, to be honest. It was fun, but like, would I be like, please read this? Not really. Cupid, Parasite, and Buddy Buddy are the only 2 games we have. Yeah, months. It's more like years. Depends. Honey Vibes I started playing in September, and then I finished, like almost finished. I've lived by do not touch tails and it being sensitive back in one like a kitsune and enjoy the kitsune. I guess you and seal of my fate to love this kitsune. I love the voice tones in the Psychedelica games. These Kitsune characters, I will never forgive the Psychedelica series for not going for that third game they teased in Ash and Hawk. I didn't really, like, I keep on forgetting that there was a third game teased. I did not know the Some I Turn Pretty was based on a book series. I really want to watch the series. Apparently the book and the series kind of diverge towards the end. Do not tell me who she ends up with. I mean, I think it's kind of obvious right from the start, but like, I still don't want to know. I still want to be surprised. But yeah, I don't know. They have been really good books though, not in the way that I wanted them. Like, I thought there'd be more triangle relationship stuff, but there was like basically nothing. It hinted at a bit of triangle relationship at the end of the second one. So while I have zero expectations that the third one will have a triangle relationship, at least it hinted a little bit, and who knows, maybe there will be. I really want to read a book that has triangle relationships in it, like where there's like jealousy. I like the jealousy trope. It feels so much fun and dramatic, but like, I tried reading the Inheritance games. The main character was so cringy, and it was too YA in the cringy way that, I don't know, it's really weird. The concept's good, but the execution was just so mediocre. And then the Some I Turn Pretty was good, but it didn't really have the triangle relationship that I'm looking for. Credence was really good, but again, it was more like they all just ended up sleeping together than an actual triangle relationship. So it didn't really feel like that. But there were jealousy elements, so that was fun. But yeah, I just want a book that has a triangle relationship. Is it really too much to ask? I am like, whatever. Next question. Out of your all-time favorite Otome games, which one would you love to see made into live action? Would you make it a movie or a series? Who do you fan cast? Favorite Otome games. It would have to be one that could be realistic, I think. I don't know whether I'd go contemporary and like pick one that's super juicy. Can you imagine Diabolic Lovers as a series? That would be so awful. Oh my god. Trying to think. I think one that's like things like Dynamic Chord, where oh, maybe butterflies, poison, blood chains, because that is literally like a soap opera already. So turn it into a series, and it would be so good. The Foxglove King by Hannah Witten apparently has a triangle relationship, like a proper one, and it's a fantasy novel. I cannot vouch for it being good though, but it was recommended by... Okay, time to take a screenshot of that. Okay, cool. Thank you, Adabel. Hopefully. I want a Pure Fiore anime. I can see that being done. But yeah, probably, yeah, Butterflies, Poison, Blood Chains is probably the one that would... But then again, like, there are so many soap operas that are already like that. You can imagine Variable Barricade making a really funny love comedy series. Like a day drama, you know? I don't know who I'd cast though. I don't know many actor names and things. Though it is hard to pull off. That's the thing. It needs to be like sort of realistic so it doesn't end up just coming across really cringy. Like imagine Cafe Enchanté in a movie. It would just be really hard to achieve the aesthetic and looks of the characters without it coming across as really corny, if you know what I mean. Okay, now moving on to the marshmallow questions. Okay. Why is it not letting me sign in? Okay, I'll just go through them this way. think I received... Okay, so... Was it this one? This is the very first one, I think. Because I think I got 3. Okay. Hi, Diddy. I've been studying Japanese to play Otome games for some time now, and I'd love to ask you a question I've been having throughout my journey, and that is, how do the Japanese deal with words they don't know in-game dictionaries as well? Ones that have more complicated vocabulary like verse and utakata no yukoronia. Do they also struggle, and have you yourself struggled with vocabulary in the past? Love your videos. Oh, thank you. Yes, definitely. Like, for example, I think the one that was the biggest struggle is Tengoku struggle. Tengoku struggling through the vocabulary. But whenever there's a game where, oh my god, I almost dropped my phone. Whenever there's a game for the 3rd time, where they've created words, like, because that's a thing, obviously it's in kanji, but there's no item that's referred to in that kanji, so you have to learn that in that moment in time, because it's like a whole new thing. So in that way, Tengoku struggle was sometimes difficult, and you had to keep on going back to the dictionary, and I don't think I'm the only one that felt this way. I remember, a YouTuber that, stopped doing YouTube now, but I think she's called Rihoko, and when she spoke about Tengoku struggle, she said the very first route was very much like learning the vocab and remembering what everything was, and then finally in the second route you start getting into like you got the hang of it. And it was like that with me as well. The first route, I was like, oh god, I have to learn all this. It's really annoying. And then the second route, it wasn't so bad. So I think it happens to everyone, Is the triangleness in the Magnolia Park series not for you either? No, because it's not really a triangle. She likes one more than the other. It's like blatantly obvious and it's boring. It's when they waver and there's more like, there needs to be something really bittersweet. In Magnolia Parks, it was like he knew and she knew, and then they tried to make it work, and it was like, yeah, but it's not gonna work, is it? And then it doesn't work. Like, it's not that exciting. They could have done it better, but I know that's not the point. It's all about the main character and Beej and how they're so madly in love. Oh yes, Ichiya would be funny. I would love to see how a Pure Fiore anime would look like. Tengoku struggle is a struggle. It really was. It just had so much vocab. I think Yukoronya was a bit like that too, though not as bad as Tengoku struggle. I need drama, Luli probably. Okay, what's the next one? Hi Pete, I love your channel. Here are a few questions. What order do you usually pick your routes when starting a new Otome game? So I'm the type that likes to eat the dessert after the meal. So I try to save my favorites until the end. So what I've started doing is I play my second favorite, or like predicted second favorite. My predicted second favorite will be played first. And then it will be like from my least favorite all the way to like not bad, and then my very favorite at the last. But I'm starting to wonder whether I should stop doing that, because by leaving my favorite all the way to last, it builds that kind of hype or expectation that ultimately tends to ruin that character. Like, so many times where I've got this character I'm really looking forward to playing, and then because I've built him up too much in my mind, I play the route and I'm like, it was alright, but like, whatever, if you know what I mean. So I'm starting to think, oh, but I do initially look up whether there's a hard, please play it this way kind of guide, because there are some games where the, developer just comes up with a list because someone asked and they're like, oh, this will do. But there are some where they're like, no, please play it in this route if you want like the true experience. And if that is something that's made clear, then I will follow the recommended route. I adopted that system of medium favorite first and then worst to good. Yeah, like it certainly makes me keep playing, because I have to play or I don't get to enjoy the, the one I'm looking forward to most. But yeah, I can't do random, I need route orders. The self-control, I cannot play my fave first. But yeah, no, it's a tricky one. I mean, there are so few games where I felt like route order mattered. Like, it's just so... I think Suran Digit, it mattered. Honey Vibes, I would say, actually matters. I played it in, like, random order, and afterwards thought, you know what, there's definitely, this is a route order type game, I think. It's still enjoyable, but I do think there was an order that would probably be better followed. So it really depends, but there are very few games where I felt like because I hadn't followed the recommended order, it's tits up and awful and I hate it, if you know what I mean. Like, usually it doesn't have that much of an effect. I don't know how people random orders like this. Maybe I should try that though, because then I drop the game until way later. Yeah, like if you play your favorites first, you probably will be like, okay, I'm done now. Like, for a first route, I do like to do a blind playthrough for the first route, like it's supposed to be. Oh yeah, that's true. I used to do that. In fact, you know what it is? So maybe I will do that for Mistonia. I'll just kind of pick my option. Though saying that Mistonia is really complicated, so maybe I'll do it with a different game. I stick with recommended orders always, even if my fave ends up being the first route, like Radiant Tales or For Otakatanawi. That's fair enough. We all have different ways of playing. Lol, I do random and it always gives me my fave or my hated first. The two I would never want to do as first. Oh my god. I play recommended order. Oftentimes first route becomes my favorite. I can sort of see that because your first one is like a completely fresh experience, right? But I hate it when the first one is unexpectedly good because like the rest feel flat in comparison. Like this happened with Lover Pretend, where I played Riku first, thinking that I wouldn't find him that interesting. He turned out to be my favorite. I left Kazuma till last, and he did not, like, he could have been so much better. But yeah, so that was a massive disappointment. Another example would be Tengoku Struggle. I played Kiku first, thinking he kind of looks too young for my liking, but then like they really implemented the whole him turning into a wolf situation really well, and it was more enjoyable than I expected. Meanwhile, Yona, oh man, let's just say that kiss scene was... If you played it, you'll know why I sighed. Like, just why. And Verge Evermore is another one. I really like Xiang as a love interest, but like his trope means that I can't really say anything without it being spoilers, so I'm not going to say anything, but all I can say is the route itself was a disappointment. You were just a sandwich dispenser for most of it. Great fun if you're into slice of life. So I was very jealous of those who are into slice of life, because then his route would have been great fun. But I played it after two of the other routes, which had left a great impact and left a great impression. So then Xian's route just felt like I was playing a mobile Otome game, but like not the good ones, the ones where you're like reading it for the sake of reading it because it's filler. That's how I felt. I'm really sorry if you enjoyed his route. I'm glad you enjoyed it, just it wasn't for me. I might want to do random with Homura because they're genuinely all cuties to me. They are all really handsome, especially the evil looking one. There is one that I'm not that into though, the one that looks a bit young. I do the same, to be honest, more fresh. I mean, what gets me is stopping midway in Otome, which I think was my problem with Piovia. Like, I do like... I like Kikutu, I thought I wouldn't. Me neither, he just looks so... I don't know. I just did not think he would be my cup of tea, but he turned out to be like one of the most moe routes. I love slice of life. Xiang from Verge Evermore, not Xiong. Does it sound the same? I'm still in common route in Verge. It's such a long common route. Yeah, I'm currently on Xian's route. Yes, I'm still playing Verge, don't judge me. And it really is a whole filler episode of it. It really is. And like, they could have taken it in such a grotesque, intense way. Why did they not, like, I just don't get it. I really don't. Like, they could have done so much with his route. Like, so much. They could have gone down the messed up in the head scientist and show you all the horrible experiments, which makes me sound like a psycho, but I promise you I am not. But like, they could have taken that direction, not here's a sandwich. Oh god, even the ass didn't save him for you. Oh wait, was it that he actually doesn't have one? Oh, I like the man, but the root wasn't it. That's the thing. That's why it was so conflicting, because I really liked the character, but the root was so like a filler. I pronounce it how I read it on the Japanese official website when the game was. So, Verge Evermore, it says Xiang. And then Varibari, it says Xiong. So that's how I've always... But like, if I were to say it in an English way, it would be Xian, because it's like science. Well, no, it would be Cyan, wouldn't it? Because it's like science, and then it's Cyan. That would sound silly. And Xiong is just Xiong. Anko is the most beautiful of all time. I love him. Yeah, I know. I didn't do Epic Licorice yet. I was kind of traumatized by the game. I'm not gonna lie to you, I was quite disappointed by Epic Licorice. I think it is the one review where I am like, I'm sorry guys, but I can't. Basically. Did I even play 2? I think I played 1 route. And I just couldn't do it anymore. I just woke up. Hi, Lily. Hi, Inaneko. Welcome. I can't play Verge because not my thing for sure. Wish I could play 9 Rit, but the scary parts is like, I shouldn't, so don't fall for it. Yeah, no. Kureha route was... All the other routes aren't scary. It's just Kureha route, you know? Same as Fancy. I hear Xion too. At first I was confused for a second because I'm actually playing Xion right now and that's not what I... Otome has shown that the characters I don't like will always be the writer's favourite. Oh, Fancy, I feel that. Okay, right, tangent, because this annoys the hell out of me. You've got Kuroba from Olympia Soiree. Favourite character. What the hell was, like, from about halfway onwards? Like, don't. Okay, so that's one. Xian, we just talked about that. What's his name? I literally just said it. The one from Love or Pretend. The childhood friend type character. Him, thought I'd like him. Disappointment. Yona from Tengoku Struggle. Disappointment. The really hot big guy with dark brown long hair from Jaco no Laila. Disappointment. I can't with it. It just sucks so bad. Poor Mattis and Lucas too. The honesty is valuable because I trust you. Was Licorice just... the issue with Licorice is there's so much recap that I felt like I was just reading the first game all over again without being allowed to skip through the bits I'd already read, because they like integrate new bits with the new characters. And I hate repetition. Nothing annoys me more than repetition. I don't get angry easily, but that's one thing that starts making me really angry inside. I don't even know why. It's because I'm so bored, but I have to keep on going because I want to know more. And oh my god, it drives me nuts. Yeah, I don't like when the routes don't feel equal. He's my favorite. He does something I know will piss people off, but I love it. Kazuma, yeah, that's his name. Naira isn't so bad, Scary Eyes. There's a few jump scares in the first world, but that's all. Oh wow, yeah, that sounds so redundant. I don't know, it doesn't help that I was looking forward to it, because Verge Evermore is definitely in my top 10. So that probably didn't help. I really need to learn my lesson. I need to tell myself to go into games with like thinking it's going to be really awful. Do what I do before holidays. So you're going to laugh, but before I go abroad or like to any exciting event, the night before, I literally go, Lily, it's gonna be awful. It's gonna suck. You're gonna have an awful time. You're gonna hate it. It's gonna be like the worst time of your life. And I have to do this because if I get too excited, I seizure the next morning. So then I'm absent seizuring, I can't do anything, and then I have to go back to sleep. It's a nightmare. So I need to tell myself how awful the day is gonna be, so that then the next day I wake up and I don't have an absent seizure. I actually enjoy Shion quite a lot right now because he's the one really wanting to know Hibari, and it's making me hate the butler even more. Shion, yeah, I think Shion is probably my favorite in Variable Barricade. I really didn't want to like him, but I ended up liking him. His attitude of oh well, if I do anything I'll just get in the way really annoyed me because that is me. And seeing my bad traits onto another character, I was like, I hate this, I don't want to look at this. But he ended up being my favorite. I think Ichiya, when I finished Variable Barricade, Ichiya was my favorite character. But then now that it's been like 6 years since I played it, maybe? Yeah, it maybe not 6, maybe more like 5. But anyway, since then it's kind of just I always think of Shion, which is why I've got the little, is it there? I've got Shion there. That's little Shion. Can you see? No, there we go. I'm like trying to, there we go. He's there. But you probably can't see him. Rashavan was good until Anku route, and I will be skewered on a pole like a witch on Salem's Witch. Oh my god. That route definitely went on for too long. And they kind of kept on doing plot reveals as if you're going to be surprised, but you'd kind of figured it out by then already, so it wasn't all that surprising, and it was like that on and on and on. Yeah, Lily, I should do that for Otome. I was so excited for Bursch, only to cry my eyes out. He's calling us all out for our wants of princess treatment. Right, let's see. What do you think of more gameplay in Otome games? Do you prefer visual novel only, or when there's something more? I would say it depends on the gameplay, but typically I prefer gameplay over just visual novel. But then again, also, I think it should have an option where you can just like read it if you don't care for the gameplay, but I don't know. I think it depends. It has to be... Okay, if it has gameplay, it has to be like so complicated that just give up on, you know, completing it. Because if it's something like Tokimeki Memorial or Angelique, for example, then I can give up on the fact that I am not going to get all of those CGs and I'm okay with it. But if it's something like Wand of Fortune, where getting all those CGs is still a possibility as long as you follow a walkthrough, it's like, it kind of dampens it a little bit because I'm like, I will have to follow a walkthrough to get all the CGs, so the gameplay doesn't feel like actual gameplay. It just feels like I'm just following a map. Like, it has to be like gameplay, and then Otome is like the side thing, I think. I don't know. I think that's the completionist in me, though. I had to redo my wishlist buying list a third time because new games and how many routes they have and pit them. Fair enough. Probably the reason why I will never play Verge. I can't do it with draggy routes. I just end up literally falling asleep. Gameplay with games with fighting elements would be cool. Like Love and Deep Space, but not gacha. Probably the reason why I wanna... Yeah, sorry, I reread that. Other than Otome games, what games do you enjoy? What are your favorites? So recently I played a lot of tiny bookshop. That was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that. Recently, I also got Dave the Diver, though I haven't started it yet, but I think I'm gonna really enjoy it. I'm sorry, but you're like this little chubby man, and you go diving and get fish, and then you make your little sushi. Like, how am I not gonna like that? So that's one game that I'm looking forward to playing. Star Sand Island, oh my god. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not really huge on farming games after playing way too many, but Star Sand Island, I liked it because I felt like gardening, farming wasn't really the main thing. Like, you could do it to to bring stuff to your townspeople and stuff. But I don't know, it just didn't really feel like the focus. It felt more like the focus was sort of doing your jobs, I guess, and having like the skill tree to go up, and I don't know, it felt a bit more, it felt different. So that's one I'm really looking forward to coming out. Of course, there are things like Fire Emblem. I really like tactical RPGs. That's really fun. Just using my brain a little bit here and there every now and then for once. Yakuza 0 and Shenmue. I love playing Shenmue while complaining throughout the whole thing, but only on stream. I can see myself playing Yakuza off stream, but Shenmue is a game that I have to stream it. Like, I don't think I could play that on my own because I get so mad at everything. At least if I'm streaming it, other people can enjoy me getting angry. Oh dear lord, I just dropped my phone. I'm fidgeting way too much. Let's put that there. Trying to think. Oh, okay. Let's just talk about some of my favorite games. So you've got the Hamudaro game, the one where, you know, that devil Debi Hamu comes along and breaks everyone's hearts, and you have to go around and helping all the little broken up couples and gain their love points or whatever. I really love that game. You've got the DS game Sims Sims Herbs in the City. I think that's the name of it. That was a Game Boy Advance game that turned into a DS game. I have such special memories of that because I kind of just played it side by side with my bestie at the time. Hafu friends, I always say like Hafu friends hit kind of different. I don't know. But so I've got fond memories of childhood combined with my bestie that had to go to Australia, and can you imagine you have a best friend that you really get along with, that you've known since like probably 4 all the way until 11, and then, you know, you're suddenly told that you have to move to England now, and by the way, your best friend's moving to Australia, the other side of the world. Like, genuinely, what is up with that? But, you know, kids can't control their lives, so anyway, I keep on ranting over silly things. Love and Deep Space gameplay was fun. If only it wasn't gacha, I could enjoy my Xavier correctly. Yeah, I hate the fact that it's gacha. I kind of stopped playing. There was just too much to keep track of. You don't get CGs. Yeah, you get videos of banners. I don't know, Happiness, have you seen any of my Love and Deep Space Let's Plays? Because I reacted to banners, and the spicy ones, I was like, oh my god, this is so embarrassing. I thought that was Bertie underneath making the noise. No, the door is closed. He's not allowed to come in. The CG cutscenes, I thought. Oof, to your phone. Oops, turn Spanish. I was thinking that, I was like, why are you laughing in Spanish? Yeah, I played one that was good, but there was no pictures, just little gacha cards. You could look to them though, so I did one route and dipped. I think I watched a quick review, but I didn't see the playthroughs. Oh, okay, yeah. No, there's a couple of playthroughs I did of the different banners, and some of them are so spicy. I was like, is YouTube gonna allow this? Like, the noises the love interest makes. Like, you know, they're not actually doing anything, but the noises they're making, it sounds like they're doing something. If you closed your eyes, you could imagine it. Like, that sort of thing, you know? And also, because you make your character look like as much like, I mean, I didn't take that long, so it doesn't truly look like me. But there are little elements of the character that looks a teeny bit like me, so I'm watching it and I'm like, this is so cringy, I can't. Like, it's one of the reasons why I stopped doing those streams. But yeah, so... Okay. What was your first Otome game? This is a really tricky question, and this is the very last question I've got. So the very first Otome game I briefly played a teeny bit of a root of and didn't know it was an Otome game, and was one of the Hiro no Kakera, I think. And it was a disappointing experience for me that like hour or so I played, because I bought the game thinking it was like an action-packed RPG, and then obviously I open it and it's just a visual novel, and at the time I didn't understand, like I'd never played a visual novel, I didn't really get it, so I was like really disappointed that I just bought basically a book. At least that's how I felt. So that's my very first Otome game technically, but the first one that I actively played was Storm Lovers, and that game is the reason why my grades in secondary school weren't particularly great for one of my years, because I just was non-stop playing it. It was just so much fun, you know, getting with someone, breaking up with them, cheating on them. I don't think there's a true cheating stuff going on, but like I discovered that I do get bored of characters the moment they get together, because in Storm Lovers I really enjoyed the chase of the main character sort of finally dating the love interest, but once they started dating for a while I was like, I'm kind of over this. Which is really mean. I'm not like this in real, at least not serious relationships anyway. But yeah, in the game I was like, yeah, this isn't really working for me. And then you'd break up with them, and it's so heartbreaking because they look so sad, and I had to keep on telling myself, like, they're pixels, Duty. They're pixels. Shenmue were some legendary streams though. Oh, I will never forget that stupid, what was it, forklift a bit where you had to like go do a forklift race every single day, and because I didn't have the right cutscene or something, I couldn't get out of the forklift bit of the game, and I was going around and around and around. I thought I was gonna go nuts, but looking back at it, it's funny. Story of my life. I hate when the story doesn't end when the couple get together. Usually it's only fine if they die at the end. Oh my god. I just get really bored. That's why I don't tend to enjoy fan discs either, because I like the journey of them ending up together. So once they're together, I don't know. My first VNs were the New Ground ones. Also Hatofu Boyfriend with the birds, and then Horse Prince game on mobile. I finally learned what it was when I found the Dear Love anime. Oh, one of my funniest memories. I'm so glad you gained great pleasure from seeing me suffer, Irisu. But yeah, so Storm Lovers, but I guess that's more of a dating sim Otome. So I guess my very first visual novel style Otome game that I finished the route is Hakuoki. And based on the Storm Lovers, you can see why I expected Storm Lovers and got Okita bad ending. It was saying that was such a fun time. The only good sequels are Fio Fiore and CNM. I haven't played the Colin Malice sequels. Oh my god, I clearly need to finish Yakuza 0 and play download Shenmue 3 and continue with it, because I remember like stopping. But the thing is, like, Twitch streams, I've been focusing so much on growing my YouTube and my writing and stuff. It's been it's been hard to do any streams at all, to be honest. But maybe I can do once a week, maybe. I don't know. See, the moment I say I'm gonna do something, all of a sudden I freak out and don't do it. So let's just say, who knows? Perhaps I'll appear, perhaps I'll not. We never know. Where are you around at Yakuza 0? I'm literally at the end, and I was doing the what is it? The real estate empire stuff. So I was just kind of running around to like make time pass to do the real estate quests. But to be honest, part of me is thinking like maybe I'll just stop and then finish the Yakuza 0 game, like just the final part, and then move on. I don't know. I also feel comfy in the YouTube environment because usually it's just like my Otome friends here and everyone's like, it's a safe space. Whereas on Twitch, you get like weirdos. Where you're like, I think mine was literally Mystic Messenger. Oh my god. I remember trying Mystic Messenger, but like the time thing, the real time thing, I just couldn't do it. We got to deal with the uncertainty of life. I think it's the flexibility. I need that. If I say I'm going to do something on Sunday, then I don't have the choice to do anything else. And that makes me really uncomfortable. I'm stuck on Shiraishi's FD route. Sorry, but it's kind of really boring because of spoiler reasons. I need to push through to do the other routes too, though. Honestly, I only really cared for... I was reading Tumblr fanfics in high school about it. Oh yeah, I guess Tumblr does have a lot of fanfics, doesn't it? I would pay full price to have everything unlocked with Mystic. Right? If they just put it up for, I don't know, $30 or something. I don't know how, even $50, I probably would save up and buy it maybe, just so that I can experience this amazing game that everyone always talks about. Oh, Shiraishi, my Oshi. Destiny Ninja was my first in my junior year of high school. Yeah, Storm Lovers was when I was 15, I think. I played it when I was 15, yeah. And the Hiro no Kakera was probably 14, I think. Yeah, I think. And then Hakoki was... I was still at uni, so 2018, I'd like to say. Yeah, because 2015 to 16, 16 to 17, 17 to 18. Yeah, so it was either 2017. Was it 2016? It may have been 2016. It's 2016 or 2017 that I played Hakoki and was horrified. And that feels like such a long time ago now. Facebook introduced by ad and never looked back. Starry Sky series are my real full game. That's Otome. What is the Starry Sky series like? I've heard it's very self-insert because all the CGs are like of the character, not, you know, the main character and the character kissing, for example. I don't know. My first Otome was Hakoki. Got into it through the anime. Ah. To be honest, he was my least favourite, and the fact that his FD route feels too info dumpy instead of a true route doesn't help. So what is the column Malice? Is there a story to it? Or are you just having lots of love, fun time with the love interests? But yeah, I think that is all the questions. Yeah, I have none left, to be honest. Let's see if my straw page has anything. Probably not, actually. Yeah, no, because I haven't plugged it in a while. Love it how that now there are no questions. There's like a bit of a silence. Can you tell I'm the kind that finds awkward silences uncomfortable? It depends on the person, actually. Like, some people, it's easy to just not say anything for some reason. And other people, you're like, I feel like I need to say something. It's more FD than sequel. There's mini plot, but not really important. Okay, so it's like the Code Realize ones. All routes except Shiraishi are lovey-dovey, honestly. I see. Starry Sky had 4 male love interests for each season. Each season was a game itself. Slice of life take place in school, and it was just a cute game. But yes, this was the Faceless Me. I see. That's probably why I haven't played them, because of the faceless main character situation. I honestly need I need a pretty main character, basically. I think, yeah. Yeah, Twitch got a tad awkward a couple of times. Right? There was I remember there was, I can't remember what stream it was, but I was talking about a friend of mine who kept cheating on her husband. And her husband is sort of a friend too. And this guy like freaked out. He was like, oh, how can you look at the husband in the eye and talk to him? And I'm like, it's not my business. Like, I'm not going to go around telling that it's not my business. I'm not going to get involved in someone else's marriage. Like, it's not. But he got so funny about it. He was like, how can you? I'm like, sorry, but I'm not gonna get involved. It's not my business. And I don't know what my friend was thinking. And it turns out like it's her issue. But like, the thing is, I would rather find out that my partner is cheating from my partner. So like, I didn't know if my friend was going to tell her husband that she has been cheating on him. Like, I don't know that. What if she was going to, and I instead come along and tell her husband, and then it all screws up? Like, it's none of my business. But he got so funny and then kind of left in a huff. It was really weird. I love Shirashin CNM, the best case ever. Yes, it is CNM. Pio Piore is the only one that got sequel. I think Cupid Parasite kind of felt like a sequel as well, parts of it. Twitch is really where Peach just drops her friend law. That's true. Oh god. Looks like Olympia Sorry is getting a sequel, not FD. Yeah, it was like there's a man from potentially the White Island is found on the beach, and so now they're like, what? Why? And it's all about that, I think. I'm torn whether to get Olympia Soares sequel or not. I'm probably going to just get Unlogical. I don't remember which first Otome was mine. Some random mobile one. I got so frustrated I couldn't play it on a true free-for-play. I don't like buying gems or stuff. No, I completely get that, Edisu. I'm the same. Taking years to finish the root character unlocks to finally have their story told. I'm gonna be 50 by the time they finish. I've been slowly getting through the Ikemen Prince, Ikemen Villains, and Ikemen Vampires. I've stopped a little bit, but I'm almost done with Chevalier route, and I'm almost, like, I'm starting to get into the ending part of Elba from Villains. And then in Vampire, I'm going after Mozart, but I think I got stuck behind like some intimacy check thing that I'm like every day slowly. Takes forever though. I can only play mobile games in between like actual Otome as kind of like a side course, side meal. Oh yes, I want Unlogical localized too. Dakata got my hopes up for Licobits games. Same. I feel like there's hope for Unlogical. Although I haven't even played it, so I don't even know whether I want it localized or not. I found a few, but it's tough. I played so many. Wait, actually, my true first Otome is Amour Sucre, an online Otome that was so long to play, and I stopped once it got stuck because of a bug. I have good faith that Unlogical will get localized. Like, they are my reference point. Hey, Ravens! Welcome! Like, they're like, you're gonna be like, why are you on YouTube? Why are you not on Twitch? I'm focusing on my YouTube right now, so that's my reason. I may or may not appear on Twitch at some point. I'm not promising anyone anything. I'm just very busy. What is the point with one prompt? Unlogical. I haven't actually looked into anything about Unlogical because, like, I want to go in blind. But I'm very intrigued by the fact that one of the love interests is an ex of the main characters. Like, that's a dynamic I haven't really seen before. So I'm curious how they're going to do that. Oh yes, I remember that stream. We talked after because he was being so insanely pushy. Right? It was so weird. Like, why am I gonna tell my friend's husband that she's cheating on him? Like, yeah, he's my friend too, but like, it's not my, it's none of my business. It's so weird. Like, when I try and think of making my Otome Twitter profile, it's so hard since I want to include all my mobile characters. Those are my babies. I miss YouTube streams. Very easy. It's not hard to miss the YouTube streams. I put it on my Discord, and you can always click that little bell notification that allows my videos, not that you care about Otome games, but they'll pop up. I'm practicing the delulism and act as if it's actually already official that we're getting unlogical. No, it is now your business because she told you, so she needs to give you all the details so you can share with class. I don't think anything's happened in her life recently, to be honest. I mean, I'm a bit annoyed with her. I'm in the search for another friend in some ways because she's kind of gone down my, like, I do have a bit of a, like, bestie, and then you've got, like, a couple of other people, and then, you know, and she's kind of, I don't know, I've lost respect for her for various other reasons. Yeah, it kind of sucks, to be honest, since we've been friends for, like, maybe almost 10 years. Maybe, yeah, 10 years, I think. I don't even know why that person kept showing up, because he obviously wasn't really matching the vibe. I know, I don't get it. It's just... And my bestie didn't like him either. It was so funny. She'd messaged me like he was so wrong about Shenmue. So my bestie is a massive fan of Shenmue. Like, it's her all-time favorite game. That's kind of why I started playing it. And yeah, he appeared and he was like giving me tips that weren't really tips. My best friend would always message me after the stream saying, God, what was he on about? He's talking absolute nonsense. It's so funny. Since my Switch repertoire is so poor compared to everyone. I mean, the thing is, Switch games are quite expensive. It's not like you can free to play them. Old man can't Discord and too lazy. That's your problem then, Ravens. Was it the one that changed her weekend plan out of nowhere? Yes, that's the one. Honestly, like, that really pissed me off. Like, really pissed me off. It's lucky that I consider her a dear enough friend that I did not say the things that I could have said. Like, there are a lot of things I could have said that I did not say. Most buoyant and unlogical interests me. Me too, pretending like we are getting it localized. D-Sensei was offended. She was. D-Sensei was offended. Yeah, so what even is it's about like some alternate, like it's kind of a gaming thing, right? Like that's what I'm most interested in, I think. It's like games and like that sort of thing. I'm wondering how they're going to incorporate that. And the fact that there's a character, the main character dated for a week, I'm just sort of like, I'm curious whether it's going to be a situation where they just weren't compatible. And then there's that like toxicity where they really shouldn't be together, but they're going to end up together. Like that kind of, I would love that. Like that whole 10 edit was so confusing to me. Like, what do I put? Huh? Is that profile thing? Oh, the whole 10 oh, I see what you mean, Maura. The one where you put your selfie or a picture of you and put 10 games that kind of, I guess, express who you are. So this is the thing. There was that. So at the moment, and I mean it's kind of over now, but there's this on Otome Twitter. Is it Otome Twitter or Otome Twit or like how do people say the Otome TWT? Because in my mind, I just think Otome Twitter. But anyway, there's this thing where you put a picture and you put 10 games, and let's see what the caption of it. It's Yeah, it says 10 Otome games to get to know me. And I'm sure a lot of people put like their top 10 Otome games, but I put the 10 Otome games that I felt is something that people might see and then associate it with me, as well as games that I really like. For example, Kenkabancho Otome is not necessarily like in my top 10. It's hard to say because I've only played 3 routes. But I put it there because Kenkabancho Otome is like the very, I think I started my channel by translating Brothers Conflict. And then I moved on to Kenkabancho Otome after Brothers Conflict. This was before I started doing reviews. So that's why I kind of associate it with my channel, and same goes with Brothers Conflict, to be honest. And then I put Storm Lover here. It's certainly not in my top 10 favorites, but it's like, it's a game that I very much remember playing as a 15-year-old. So it's kind of, yeah, I picked 10 that, but I think different people picked different, you know. It's X now, joke. Twit, like twit. Otome twit. It sounds weird though. Otomex. Like, give me mostly the mobile games. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, Mora. Based on my JP listening knowledge, like maybe the heron getting isekai'd in a game world. Yeah, something like that, right? It looks really techie, which I'm curious about. The way the X is also always her X in the other character route, so I wonder what the dynamic will be like in the... I know, right? It would be so intriguing. Alright, everyone, I'll sleep now. I want to go for a little walk early. I'll watch your latest video to sleep. Oh my god, Annabelle, thank you. And thank you for coming to my stream. It was lots of fun. Hopefully I'll see you again. But yeah, I think a lot of people just picked their top 10 though. Also, it's kind of like, it's fun because you can see what everyone looks like. There's so many pretty people on Otome Twit. That sounds weird. Oh my god. Ooh. There we go. Like, I don't have enough favorites in the Switch. I mean, I think you could have just put mobile games, Mora. I picked 10 games in general. I had mobile and console games in mine. I had Otome and other ones. Yeah, I don't think it really had to be Otome, to be honest. I think it started with just general games and then someone kind of just made it an Otome thing. Like Cherie, maybe? I do find Otome Twitter so funny, though. There are these, like, clear cliques. And the dynamic. I always kind of... I'm kind of out of it all. So I just sort of see everything happening from the outside, and I always find it kind of entertaining to watch. Otome Twitter sounds better, right? Otome Twit sounds... I don't think it helps that there's a book, a children's book by Roald Dahl called The Twits, and it's about these two like really disgusting couple that doesn't like children. And they're like really disgusting. And Twit just makes me think of that. But yeah, I don't know. I love it how I was going to eat snacks on this stream, but I always just kind of feel shy about eating. Is this the Asian person in me? That's... So I ended up just not eating any snacks, but it's fine. Hopefully you guys had something to eat. I'm the nobody that comments sometimes when I can. Aww. But yeah, I think that kind of is it, really. It was fun. I enjoyed it. I do like streams. I really do. It's just they take up was explaining something. Is it okay now? Is it back? What do you think? I'm back. I'm back. Maybe yeah, it seems like the wire is a little bit weird. The silent face really scared me. I was explaining to you guys that this is a resting bitch face's key item. After a long day of smiling at people, you're like, Is that the gosh? Oh my god. But yeah, no, my streams are always so eventful. Why am I like this? But yeah, okay. I think snacking would help with the uncomfortable silences maybe, or would it be more uncomfortable? Just like I'm always worried that people hear my crunching noises and be like grossed out by it. So like I feel awkward. And also like talking while you eat, it's like hard because you've got stuff in your mouth. I don't know how mukbang people do it because I don't know. I struggle. I brought no snacks to the stream. Fancy, you rebel. I've literally got like a whole box full of them. And Fancy, I know you haven't watched my most recent video because I know immediately you would probably say something to me after watching it. I didn't bring any snacks. So you guys are you traitors. I mean, I know I'm not eating any right now, but this is supposed to be like a snacky happy. Oh dear. But yeah, it's been 2 hours, so probably a good place to... I love it how Elise is saying bad Fancy. What's the betting that you also have not brought any snacks, Elise? What's going on here? Oh, there we go. That's more like it. I bought coconut oolong tea. That sounds delicious. Also, no snacks here. Happy without the snacks. I ate a bagel. Oh, there we go. Someone's actually eating something fun. I didn't watch it yet either. We'll do after this. I didn't bring snacks. You guys are traitors. I'm just... Have a pink energy drink. Seemed appropriate. That sounds like a perfect Peaches stream drink. I have some candies. Oh, very good. Yeah, I need to comment on that top 10. I had to do Molly's vid from yesterday since we are finally done Toya's route back to Steam Prison. I'm still full after dinner, just having some tea now. Fair enough. That's fair enough. I've literally got a whole box, but, you know, I may nibble at them after the stream, depending. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's been 2 hours. I think this is a good place to end this stream. As Zoe's case, thank you guys for coming along. It was lots of fun. Yeah, it's always lots of fun talking about Otome Twitter. Not Otome Twitter, Otome games. Clearly I've got Otome Twitter stuck in my head now because of like our discussion of how you pronounce it. But Snacklist is going to be the new roll call for streams. I'm going to have to be like, right, you got to bring these snacks. Yeah, I definitely do like Steam Prison. May add that to my edit maybe. Thank you for streaming. Thanks for a fun time. It was lots of fun. And yeah, hopefully I will see you guys again sometimes in the future on my videos. And remember to comment on my videos because I really love that. It means a lot. It's like the best way you can support me. But yeah, as always, case, thank you very much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the stream, and hopefully I will see you again. Bye!